What's going on, YouTube? How are you guys doing today? Tim and Rachel behind the camera. Just doing a quick video of how we do our shipments here at Morphed Reptiles. So I wanted to do a quick video just showing you how, if you guys order a box from us, how you can expect and what goes into the process. We've already pretty much gone through a few steps. We use Redline Shipping as our main shipper. We've already printed out the shipping label. This box is going to our good friends Danny and Melissa over at S & Sons Pythons. I'll be sure to put their link and their information in the description of the video. You guys can check them out. They got some cool stuff. Lots of animals always available. I believe they're going to be in Tinley Park in 2 weeks, so if you're in the Chicago area, be sure to swing out there, see them, and say what's up. So yeah, we'll get right into it. First off, we are using a 12 by 9 by 6 box. That is the smallest box that we prefer to use here. A lot of people don't really know and they don't really look into it, but there is a size, a minimum size requirements when you're using heat packs in boxes with shipping. So we figured over the years of shipping, we have realized that shipping a 12 by 9 by 6 is about the same as a full weighted box of, we'll say like a 7 by 7 by 7. The weight of the 12 by 9 by 6 is around the same. So it's just easier for us to use 12 by 9 by 6, make sure that we're good with the heat packs, cool packs, whatever we need to use for the temperatures that we're, for the areas that we're shipping to. So, box, we use a product called Polyfill for our shipping. You can find this Walmart. We go to Joann Fabrics, what we have here in Maryland. You get a big box like that. I think it's like 20 bucks or something like that. Really good product, soft, just like stuffed animal stuffing. So what we do is we line the box with our stuffing. A few other things that we do. Obviously, we try to put the brand logo out there as much as possible, so we include a bubble mailer. Over the years, when people open their boxes, usually using a knife or a sharp utensil, sometimes they would damage the paperwork going in the top, such as genetic guarantees, cards, stickers. So we try to eliminate that and make sure that everything is, received the way that we send it out. So we figured bubble mailers is the easiest thing to do. So in the bubble mailer, we obviously have our invoice for our customer. And then we go through a couple business cards, stickers, again, supporting the Redline. We put Redline stuff and stickers in all of our products to try to entice people to go check them out and see if they are able to help them with their shipping needs. Robin and the team are a great group of people over there, so nothing but the best. We'll throw in just a couple cards for like some upcoming shows. Even if you're not in the area, you never know, maybe you got friends in those states, have them check it out. And important, we send out US ARC stuff in every box. This company and what they do is super important to us and the industry as a whole. If you're not part of US ARC, I advise you go check them out and sign up today. And then more Redline stuff, little cards, to a little discount code in there for a couple shipments. And another thing for US ARC. Again, spreading the word is, nothing. We include it so that, we can reach out if maybe somebody hasn't ever gotten that. But yeah, so we put all that. Take that and slide all that into our bubble mailer so everything's sealed up. Yeah, and that'll be the last thing that goes into our box before we tape everything up. So, moving along, again, we've already got the box pre-filled. We got our holes inside for airflow. Over here, we've already got our heat pack preheated up. I know sometimes with the ones that we have, I think these are the 60-hour ones. Mm-hmm. On the labeling, the instructions, it says you don't have to preheat them. I always am I just do it just to be sure, so that I know that the heat pack is warm, that it's working, just in case there is a delay or something happens. We know that before the box goes out or it gets packaged, we know the heat pack was working the way it was intended to. And again, that just, it saves us, because when we're dealing with companies like Redline, Reptilez to You, all the other shipping companies, there's guidelines that us as sellers and shippers have to follow. So it's in our best, we try to follow it to a T every time to make sure that on our end everything is good. So more information that we have, stuff. We have the label, our wildlife sticker that always has to be presented on the outside of the box, so that they know, hey, we're good. It's just a live, harmless animal. And this goes over top of the bubble mailer, first thing that they see. Again, if you're using Redline, all of this stuff is on their website. You can print it out when you print out your labels. They make it super, super easy to have everything that you need when you're going through shipping, to be safe, following all the guidelines, especially going to state. It can get crazy with all the new stuff that's coming out. And lastly, we have some of the new, this is the first one that we're using, some of the new Redline black shipping bags, paper towel for a little bit of comfort in there in case the snake either goes to the bathroom, it's got something to absorb, it's not a wet mess. Our top fill, lid, a couple zip ties, and some rubber bands. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and grab the snake that we're shipping and get her all bagged up. So we did make sure to ask Danny if it was cool for us to show this off with him getting it in. So here we have she's in shed, unfortunately. Every animal that we've filmed in the last couple of days has been in shed. But this is a blackhead ultra male female. Danny's got some really cool stuff that he's planning to do with her. You guys be sure to reach out to him and follow his progress and see what he's got going on. So we'll sit this little girl down real quick. Obviously, we take our bag, do our paper towels, we throw that in there. We slide her in the bag. Now, most of the bags have these drawstrings. Some of them are different. We still, even though I'll tie this, I just tie it once. And of course, I make sure that, the animal is nowhere near the top of the bag. And then just for safety reasons, I still take a rubber band and do as much as I can to ensure that the animal is not going to be able to get out of the bag. If you tie it or zip ties, some people use zip ties. I personally, when I get boxes in their zip ties, I always destroy the bag. And sometimes, we prefer not to reuse stuff. I always, buy new shipping boxes, everything like that, because we want our customers to feel, you guys have paid for shipping and paid for an animal. We want everything new. Sometimes with snake bags, as long as they're not written on, I understand, hey, it's always good to have a few laying around in case, you run into something where you don't have any and you need some extra ones. So obviously you can see this girl, she's not going to be able to get out of there. So what we do is we come to the inside of the box, and let's see if we can fold these down a little bit so you can see. So we've already got our polyfill in there. I don't put the heat pack on the side. I put it on the lid. But in a box like this, small hatchling animal, we know that she's going to probably take up around a little bit of half the box. So we put the heat pack over on the opposite side, just so that she's not directly there, but she's still going to get the warmth for everything going on. So we'll just pull a little bit of that out of there. Make sure that she's nice and comfy in there. So again, I love this polyfill stuff because it gives a nice cushion for the animal in there. And again, we're just gonna one little bit of polyfill over top of her, and she's good to go. So that's it for that. Then we'll go to, get that out of there, slide her over here. So now we go to our lid. So again, we know that the snake's on this side, so we're gonna put the heat pack over here. And again, we've already been pre-warming this up. Now, this is something new. I've seen a few people do this, and I do like the fact, normally we would just peel the adhesive, stick it on there, and I would tape around the lid. sometimes, and we've noticed with different tapes, we've experimented trying to go through different packing tapes. It doesn't really matter. It happens, and sometimes it doesn't. From the heat pack, the tape doesn't stick well to the styrofoam. So we've started seeing people to where they'll take the heat pack, we'll put it on the lid, a sticky side as much as we can, and then what I've seen people do is they started using zip ties. It secures it to the box. It makes sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And yeah, so this is going to be our first time doing that. We'll experiment with that. So we'll just poke a hole on each side of the heat pack. Take 2 zip ties. Shove it through the lid. And take some scissors and just trim off the little pieces. I'll try to move it to where it's just like that, and as you can tell, that heat pack's not going to go anywhere. So I like the idea. I've seen a couple people do it. We've had zip ties laying around, so it doesn't really add any extra cost to it. And again, the best arrival for the animal is my key. We don't know what goes on with these boxes. We hope that they're taking the best care of them and looking at the boxes and seeing that, hey, we have arrows, live animal pointed up. But again, it's not us handling the box, so we never know. So this is just another way to secure and make sure that we're doing everything right on our end. Now, another thing that I like to do, not many people have done it from what I've received as far as boxes coming in. I like to take a blank piece of paper, just a blank piece of computer paper, and I put it over the stuffing, and then we take the heat pack and the lid, and it goes right down on it. So it's a clean, I don't ever have to worry about the bedding or anything with the heat pack. Not that I don't think we would, but it's just a habit that we got into, and it makes sense. You could probably put, you know, your logo on the piece of paper, another way of showing your branding throughout the process of, you know, when people do unboxing. It's nice to have a clean unboxing, especially if somebody does a random video. We always love that. So again, animals in here. We've already got it's all packaged up, got the heat pack, everything's secured. So now what we'll do is we add our bubble mailer. That goes into the top. And then we go through our other stuff, and we go back to this paper that I was talking about before. This is just a delivery notice stating that we are allowed to ship live animals using red line shipping and everything. So that's the first thing that they see, and all the information and explaining that is on when you print out the form. It's all directly on there. So close that up. Now, we're not going to seal it. That's not fully sealed for us. So what I do is I just do like 2 or 3 pieces across to keep the actual box closed. We'll push down and make sure that the seal is, everything's good. And then once we do the label, we go back through and we cover everything on the label with tape in case for some reason it gets wet or anything like that. We want to make sure that the label doesn't, like the writing, nothing gets smudged, so that there's no mishaps in case of everything. We try to prepare for it all. For their safety, we just covered over the address and tracking number. So what I'll do is we'll put the label up. On the top of the box, we'll have our secondary Fish and Wildlife sticker on there. And then we get this kind of sticky tape. It's really, really strong, and it sticks really well from Sticker Mule. We have a roll. I used to actually wet it and go around the box, but again, in case somebody, you know, gets into a bind and they, oh man, I need a box and I got to use it. The less that we can do, if somebody can reuse it, hey, all about it. So instead of wetting it, we just are going to start placing it on the top of the box. And then what we'll do is, again, we'll go through, I take the tape and go across everything. And yeah, so that's pretty much how we do our shipping. If you guys ever have any questions or anything like that, obviously you can revert back to this video, reach out to us, and you can ask me any questions. I'm glad to help anybody who has any questions or concerns. Obviously, follow your shipping company's guidelines is the biggest, key. And yeah, happy shipping, and again, thanks for watching.